Hey folks, this is Rhykker. Sombra is a new hero coming soon to Overwatch, and there are hints and clues about her found in the game and outside of the game. The community has been speculating, rumor-mongering, and developing conspiracy theories for a while now, as everyone's been scouring to find more clues, because apparently we haven't found them all. So in this video, I want to go over the facts that we have about Sombra, all the evidence that we found, the potential evidence, and the theories about who Sombra might be. There's a Reddit thread going over a lot of the details in the Sombra case, and you can find a link to that in the description below. So first off, how do we even know that Sombra exists? Well, we have a couple of clues. First off, on the Dorado map, Rhykker has a line of dialogue saying, "Where's Sombra when you need her?" Also on the Dorado map, you can find a table with 3 dossiers. One for Soldier 76, one for Jack Morrison, and one for Sombra. Now, in case you're not aware, Jack Morrison is Soldier 76. Before he went by the name Soldier 76, he was Jack Morrison, the commander of Overwatch. So the implication here is that whoever has these dossiers doesn't know that Soldier 76 and Jack Morrison are the same person. Building off that, also on the Dorado map, you can find a newspaper on the floor that has a picture and a headline saying, "Quién es Sombra?" which translates to, "Who is Sombra?" And of course, Sombra is put in quotations, indicating that it is just a call sign or a nickname for someone that they don't actually know the identity of. Again, on the Dorado map, we also have security terminals that say, "Unauthorized access, protocol Sombra." Now, so far, all those words that might have been in a language that you didn't understand, that's all been Spanish, just FYI, in case that wasn't clear. Dorado is located in Mexico, they speak Spanish there. Sombra is Spanish and Portuguese for shadow.
The shadow?
The shadow?
The shadow.
But that is the extent of the concrete evidence directly and clearly related to Sombra. Now, we also have Overwatch game director Jeff Kaplan that stated in an interview with Eurogamer, "We have put a lot of hints all over the game and out of the game, so I would say it's about time that people are concerned with who Sombra is. I hope they keep researching more and find more hints that are out there." When asked whether the community has found everything yet, he replied, "No, sir." Now, something that might relate to Sombra is actually some data mined voice files. A member of the Curse Mods community, named Nebula169, was able to data mine certain voice files from the game. It seems that many, if not all of the heroes, have countdown voice lines, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a separate voice file for each of those numbers. So he's released 3 separate versions of these sound files, and at some point in one of them, he'd included voice lines for Sombra, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown, which we're going to play, by the way, for you guys to hear. However, he's since removed those, and in an explanation, my understanding of what he's saying is that he's the one ascribing the names to the voice files. So he's finding the files, and then he's naming them himself, and it seems that there are a few unknowns. He says there are still a few female voices not associated with a hero, and that he's going to leave the unknowns out for now. So because what he presumed to be Sombra is technically unknown, he's since removed that, because it could technically be anyone. He just assumed it was Sombra, and we're going to take a listen here and try to tell me what kind of accent you're hearing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that's really not much to go on, but what I could glean is that that accent does not sound like it's coming from a Germanic language. So German or English or American. Whether that sounds like it's a Mexican accent or a Spanish accent, I don't know. Maybe you can sort of hear a bit of the rolling of the R's, but it's really not too clear. Some people say it sounds a bit more like Farah's accent. So those voice lines are something that may or may not be a clue. So what other evidence have we found that may be tied to Sombra? Well, we've certainly found an open dossier, which as far as we know, might be Sombra's dossier, because we can't see the cover. But in this open dossier, you have a picture. And this is a picture of a hooded figure with some kind of mask on. We know as a fact that Blizzard has hidden pictures of future heroes in the maps. So this is almost certainly a future hero. Whether it's Sombra or not, we can't say for sure, but it may very well be. Also note that in this dossier, you can see what appears to be the Lumerico power plant. The Lumerico power plant is located in Dorado. This further strengthens the tie between this figure and Sombra, given Sombra has such clear ties to Dorado. Now let's take a look at that mask again, and pay attention to the symbol on it, that inverted predator reticle triangle. Now, to me, that seems to be placed roughly where the eyes would be, as some form of visor. Other characters or other skins on other characters do have similar icons on them, but none that is so prominently displayed on the face. In a GameSpot video, The Story of Overwatch, The Fall of Titan, we see in several shots an artist working on what appears to be a scope with that same icon on it, that same targeting reticle smack dab in the center. This is clearly not a scope that's already in the game. This is definitely not Widowmaker's scope. In fact, this scope doesn't even seem very well suited for sniping. To me, it seems to be more of a sort of mid-range scope, the kind that you would put on an assault rifle of sorts. Could this scope be associated with this masked figure? We can't say for sure, but that is something that ties them together. Now, the next big piece of evidence comes from that same video, from one very brief scene where you see someone playing some form of build of Overwatch. So let's take a look at that screenshot. You can find it yourself at 15 minutes, 26 seconds. And we're going to take a close look because people have been making a big deal about this and have been extrapolating a huge amount of information from it. So let's zoom in a bit here and look at what we're seeing right now. So from this image, this is where the rumor of a support sniper coming to Overwatch came from. It's not much to go on, but the character is clearly a sniper of sorts. You can see that sniper scope across her shoulder. And you can see over here what hero is selected, and that appears to be in the support section. Thus the birth of the rumor of the support sniper coming to Overwatch, which has been around since right before Overwatch released, in fact. People thought that this hero would be released shortly before the game, or exactly when the game released. Now, what exactly are we seeing in that image? We're going to take a look at my expanded version here. So what I've done is I zoomed in on the image, I, as much as possible, fixed the perspective to make it look like what you would actually be seeing if it was on your monitor and you had horrible, horrible vision. Now, the first thing that becomes incredibly obvious is that this model is Widowmaker. If you don't believe me, then first off, I am highly offended that you would not trust me, a stranger on the internet. But don't worry, I have proof. Here's a screenshot of Widowmaker. Here's a blurry image. Widowmaker. Blurry image. Still don't believe me? Let's lower the opacity slowly. And, oh look, it's an exact match. That sniper rifle, the pose, everything is exactly the same. Further, if you blur the image of Widowmaker, again, you'll see it all matches up very nicely. So, could this be some unrevealed Widowmaker skin? Maybe. That said, just because this is clearly Widowmaker's model, that doesn't mean that this isn't a new hero. Widowmaker's model, or whatever they put over her, could just be placeholder for the testing of the new hero. Remember, in that previous still, we saw that they were still working on the sniper scope, and it seemed like they were doing that work in Photoshop, so if they were that early at conceptualizing or designing this new character, then in playtesting they're clearly going to use some pre-existing model. Here's the thing though, this is clearly not Widowmaker because of the position of the selected hero, which is over here off to the right. Now someone suggested, well, what if they're just listed alphabetically in this build? That'll put Widowmaker W towards the end, but not the exact end because we have Zarya, Zenyatta, etc. Well, we do actually know that they are listed by their class, because right here you can see a symbol. It's a bit hard to discern, but if we compare it, you'll see that it is the defense symbol, the defense hero symbol. And again, you can see which is the selected hero. The image is sort of washed out and the yellow has been faded away. But again, compare that to the blurred version here, and you're seeing some similarities. Further, you can see right here the green of Lucio. Again, compare that to the blurred image. It's a bit green, and it's a different map, and it seems to be very, very blue filtered, so I tried to add a bit of a blue filter to this blurred image, but that is pretty clearly Lucio right there. And while I can't see it, my partner says that she sees the pink of Zarya on the other side, so for us, Zarya would be right here, right? The pink hair. My partner says she can see that pink hair. It's a lot more evident in the image I made, but apparently you can see some pink hair to the left here. Now, what are the implications for this, though? Because we know, as a fact, that the heroes are sorted alphabetically within their divisions. We have Lucio, Mercy, Symmetra, Zenyatta. The fact that this support sniper is to the left of Lucio means her name can't be Sombra. That is, unless she was going under some different name in this build. Now, people have also pointed out in a teaser image that was released before the Dorado short, a mysterious silhouette that seems to appear on the rooftops. I think it's a bit of a stretch, but people are saying that this looks like the same character that we're seeing in that still. Do bear in mind, though, that this character, again, was just Widowmaker. So I'm really not sure how much you can glean from this. I could arguably see someone wearing a hood, which would match with what we have here on the right, that hooded masked figure, and she's possibly holding a sniper rifle or a rifle of sorts, but it is a bit of a stretch. Alright, so that covers the clues that we've uncovered, so let's get a bit into the speculation and the theories and conspiracy theories, if you will. Given that Rhykker mentioned Sombra, there's clearly some tie between Rhykker and Sombra. The fact that he says, "Where's Sombra when you need her?" suggests that this is someone that he's come to depend on, someone he trusts, someone he believes in. Now, Rhykker, in case you're not aware, used to be the second in command of Overwatch. In fact, he was passed over for Soldier 76 for that promotion to leader of Overwatch, which made him pretty butthurt and ultimately led to him defecting from Overwatch and becoming a villain. So that line of dialogue then could mean that either Sombra is a villain working with Rhykker, or that he trusted Sombra from when they were part of Overwatch, in which case Sombra could have been one of the founding members or had a high-ranking position or a trusted position within Overwatch. So if we go with the angle that she was a member of Overwatch, and an important one, then we have an argument that there's no real concrete evidence for, but a lot of people are suggesting that Sombra is Pharah's mother, Ana Amari. We've seen a few pictures of Ana Amari, and we know that she's a sniper. There's not a lot of details we have about her, but we know that she's a sniper. We know she's Pharah's mother. She was a renowned Egyptian sharpshooter and one of the 6 founding members of Overwatch. Hailing from a long line of decorated soldiers, Ana inspired confidence and loyalty in her colleagues. She also endowed her daughter, Fariha Amari, Farah, with an intense sense of duty and honor. Now, the fate of Ana Amari following the fall of Overwatch is currently unknown. It's only known that something happened to her recently. Now again, Ana inspired confidence and loyalty in her colleagues. Doesn't it sound like someone might say then, "Where's Ana when you need her?" There are also some lines of dialogue between Soldier 76 and Farah that suggest that Ana Amari is dead. At some point, 76 says, "Your mother would be proud of you." And Farah replies, "You didn't know my mother very well then." That's interesting. Why wouldn't Ana be proud of her daughter Farah? Because here's what we know about Farah. She comes from a long line of highly decorated soldiers, burns with a desire to serve with honor. She's altruistic. She seeks to make the world a better place and bring order out of chaos. As a child, she dreamed of following in her mother's footsteps, joining the global peacekeeping force Overwatch. She enlisted in the Egyptian army. She rose up through the ranks because she's just so awesome and persistent. She was a courageous leader. She earned the loyalty of all who served under her. And just before she can get recruited into Overwatch, Overwatch was disbanded. She left the army with a commendation for distinguished service, and then took a job at a private security firm. That organization is Helix Security International. They defend an artificial intelligence research facility. and this top-secret facility is vital to the safety of not only the region, but countries across the globe. So where in all of that would Ana not be proud of her daughter? Let's take a look at Helix Security International. What do we know about that? We know that they were guarding a heavy pulse rifle developed by Overwatch before Overwatch was disbanded. And we know that at some point, Soldier 76 infiltrated the area and stole that rifle. Going now into speculation territory, why would Farah believe that her mother is not proud of her? Maybe Farah knew something about her mother that other people didn't. Maybe her mother wasn't the lawful good person that she seemed to portray. I mean, why else would a noble, honorable soldier not be proud of another noble, honorable soldier? Could it be that it's because she went to work for the private sector? Now again, we had Soldier 76 and Sombra's files associated with each other. Could this be a hint that Soldier 76 is currently in contact with Sombra, who might be Farah's mother, and thus knows that she is currently proud of her daughter? Speculation. It could also be that Farah's mom, once Overwatch disbanded, ended up joining up with Rhykker. And maybe she was disappointed that her daughter didn't join the rebellious fight, and that Farah continued to be the good soldier, where her mother sort of broke rank and went off on her own. The other possible link is that the dossier, the open dossier with the picture of who we believe to be Sombra, the masked figure, along with that Lumerico power plant, this can be found on the Temple of Anubis map. Farah and her mother are Egyptian, so could that be a link, or is it just random placement? Who knows? So basically, the theory of Sombra being Farah's mom would mean that Sombra is just like Rhykker and Soldier 76, and that they are presumed dead, but they actually continue to do their work under some kind of pseudonym, and they're either a vigilante or a terrorist, basically. In either case, whether it's vigilantism or terrorism, that would be a drastically different worldview than Farah, and would explain why Farah would think that her mom isn't proud of her. That's, of course, assuming that her mom has expressed these views before, or that Farah has some knowledge that her mother either is still alive, or that she would have pursued that ideology. Another voice line of Soldier 76 is, "I want to know what Lumerico's been up to." Again, Lumerico is that power plant. We've seen that this masked figure is associated with Lumerico. We know that Sombra and Soldier 76 have been shown together. Their dossiers have been shown together within the Lumerico power plant, thus being of concern to the Lumerico power plant. We know that Protocol Sombra was initiated in the Lumerico power plant. Why would they have a Protocol Sombra? Is it just a coincidence that it's named after Sombra?
Where some see coincidence, I see consequence.
Probably not, given Sombra's file is there. So, why would they have a Protocol Sombra? Could it be Sombra is attacking, and this happens so often that we have to have our protocol initiated, this lockdown or something, some kind of protocol for when Sombra attacks. Could it also mean maybe it's to summon Sombra? I don't know, but I kind of like the theory that it's, okay, Sombra's attacking, initiate protocol Sombra. If that's the case, though, then this also sort of strengthens the possibility that Soldier 76 and Sombra are working together, or at least have some form of similar goals or objectives. Soldier 76 seems like the kind of guy who works solo a lot now, and if he's going to partner up with someone, it would likely be someone that he trusts. Again, he's going under this covert identity now. If he were to work with someone, I don't know. It seems like he would probably work with someone that he trusted, someone that maybe founded Overwatch with him. Now remember, Farah wants to bring order out of chaos. She's the lawful good type. If her mom were more chaotic good, in other words, the Robin Hood type, the type that'll break laws for the greater good or incite rebellion or act against the government, then you can definitely see that they might have ideological differences, and Ana, who might be a free spirit, might not be proud that her daughter holds so rigidly to a world government that sought to disband Overwatch. Note also that in the Overwatch Collector's Edition visual source book, there's a drawing of Pharah's mother. This is some pretty elaborate concept art if Blizzard never intended to actually add her to the game. Of course, it could just be concept art for concept art's sake, or maybe even this was an early version of Pharah. Who knows, it could mean nothing, but some people have pointed out the oddity of the sniper rifle being attached to that cybernetic arm or that power armor. Note that there's tubes or something connecting the sniper rifle to the arm. Could this be what a support sniper might look like? Is she going to be somehow shooting long-range blood transfusions at people? Also, remember how we said that the new support sniper was located alphabetically ahead of Lucio? Well, guess what name is alphabetically ahead of Lucio? Ana Amari. On the topic of names, here's something else worth noting. Let's take a look at this again. This is our blurred Widowmaker image. At the top right, that's where you see the character name, right? Widowmaker with that little defense symbol. So what does that look like blurred? Well, you can see that the name Widowmaker, which is quite a long name, and the defense symbol is there, obfuscating the rifle. Let's take a look at our new character here, and I don't know about you, but to me, it seems like the name is right around here with the symbol right above there. That would make the name exceptionally short. Maybe something as short as ANA. Again, let's compare. Clearly the Widowmaker, the long name, goes all the way over there. And if you look at the blurred image, again, it's tough to read, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a very short name. I'm seeing Anna right there. One possible connection between Pharah's mom and this mysterious Sombra figure is the color blue. As you can see from this image of the majority of the founding members of Overwatch, as well as this spray in-game, Pharah's mom is associated with the color blue. She has a blue beret, she has blue on her gun, and what little color we do see from this mysterious figure is blue as well. Admittedly, it's not the strongest of ties, but it's there if you want to see it. Another theory is that Sombra is the mother of Alejandra from the Soldier 76 hero trailer. Note that we never actually see the mother, but we do hear her speaking. This would mean that Soldier 76 is not just helping out Alejandra just randomly, he happens to be checking up on her and protecting her. Another theory is based off of some clues found on the ships that you see in the game. It seems that the shuttles in the game have names of pilots associated with them. On this one here, you can see pilot Lena Tracer Oxton. And on this one here, you see Lieutenant Maria Estrada. Now, Maria Estrada is clearly a name that could be Mexican. The fact that it starts with Lieutenant suggests this is the name of the pilot and not the vessel, because who would give a shuttle a military rank? So the argument could be made that Sombra is a Spanish name, Maria Estrada could be a Spanish or a Mexican name or some form of Hispanic name. Therefore, Sombra may have been previously known as Lieutenant Maria Estrada. Who knows? Maybe this Lieutenant Maria Estrada is that mother from the Dorado trailer. Again, we're getting very deep into the conspiracy theories right now. And to end things, we'll do the most conspiracy theory thing of them all. Alright, note that Lieutenant Maria Estrada is in quotation marks, or single apostrophes. In the other pilot photo, you see that Tracer's name is in quotation marks, indicating that it's her call sign and not her real name. So maybe Lieutenant Maria Estrada is not actually Lieutenant Maria Estrada. And if you take the name Maria and you rearrange the letters, you get Amari, the last name of Pharah and her mom, Ana Amari. But here's the thing, guys. Clearly Blizzard would never do something as stupid as just rearrange the letters in someone's name when they're doing a pseudonym, right? I mean, that would just be so stupid. Almost as stupid as if they just spelled their name backwards. Clearly, Blizzard would never do something as stupid as have someone undercover just spell their name backwards. Clearly that would never happen. That wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment letting me know your thoughts on Sombra. Who is she? Is she Pharah's mom? Leave your theory. Check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders to be alerted when the next Overwatch video goes live. you to find this aimbot wall hacking cheater. I want him banned. I want his family banned. I want his cat and his dog banned. I want anything he ever installs on his computer banned.